Hi there and welcome to Get Indie Gaming and to our May rundown of the top 5 best looking indie games looking for funding via the Kickstarter platform. With countless games looking for your cash, this ongoing series seeks to cut through the noise and show off the ones we feel are viable and worthy of your attention. See anything you like? Why not hit that thumbs up button and let us know in the comments section below. Coming up, we've a pixel art detective game, a police enforcement simulation and the first indie title from a team of industry veterans. Before we jump into this month's list, let's recap how the games we featured back in April did against their goals. All in all, April was an excellent month with 4 of the 5 featured games securing their desired level of funding. The biggest surprise to us and many others came from the success of The Good Life, given its relatively slow start in spite of a well-orchestrated media campaign that saw it feature across most of the high-profile online gaming sites. The Good Life ended up taking well over $730,000 versus a target of just over 600,000. Many congratulations to everybody involved. The same goes for Phaland, Escape Dudeland and Monster Crown, who also made it over their respective finishing lines. Sadly, Dolmen was the odd one out, having secured funds of a little over $42,000 against a goal of a flat 90k. Naturally, we wish the team well with their onwards attempts to bring the game to market. With that all taken care of, let's dive into the best 5 games on Kickstarter this May.
Our fair city has been overrun with crime, chaos, and lawlessness. Held hostage by forces of evil that prey on the weak and misfortunate. Today, that ends. Today, I'm proud to introduce our new Chief of Police, a leader who will restore order to this great city, bring justice to its streets, and keep the peace.
Up first in Keep the Peace, we have an in-depth law enforcement strategy sim that's currently under development for the PC, looking like an exciting mashup of city builder, tycoon management and real-time strategy sim. Keep the Peace has been the passion project of a sole indie game developer for nearly 20 years, moving from a time-consuming hobby to a viable full-time operation. In Keep the Peace, you're responsible for all aspects of a police department, whether you're starting a new one from the ground up or taking over one that's already in operation. You'll hire officers, train them, keep them happy and oversee their promotions. You'll also command how and where they should spend their energies and how they should tackle a nearly infinite variety of delicate and dangerous situations where every decision you make has a cascade of meaningful consequences on your community, your department and the resources you have at your disposal. Looking for somewhere in the region of $330,000, Keep the Peace appears a complex undertaking. That being said, the information on the funding pages clearly states the game is essentially already complete, with the money being used to fund what's liable to be a huge effort within the playtesting and overall tidying up the mechanics and features. Rewards include access to the alpha and beta versions, getting your face in the game, t-shirts, and amongst other things a boxed collector's edition. As we press the green Go Live button on this video and with 20 days to go before the June 15th end date, Keep the Peace has taken over $25,000. Given the target, the overall aim might be a bit of a struggle. Here's wishing the team every success and for the launch come November of this year. At number 4, Backbone is a pixel art cinematic adventure featuring stealth and action gameplay. As this video airs, the Vancouver-based studio Eggnut have made it over their goal, with the campaign running for a few more hours ending May 27th. You'll play as a well-seasoned private investigator, Howard Lotor, who happens to be a raccoon going about his business undertaking and solving cases, speaking with and interrogating witnesses, while exploring a pixelated version of Vancouver that's set to include a number of well-known city viewpoints. Coming with a challenging and thought-provoking storyline featuring themes of power, corruption, social decay and prejudice, every character and environment within Backbone is animated frame by frame. No doubt a long-winded approach, although given the overall effect we see here on the screen, it's been time well spent. The team are expecting a beta launch within Q1 of next year, with a full release somewhere in the region of Q3 2019. As it stands, Backbone could well shape up to be something rather magical. At number 3 for May, we have Albatross, and while the promo trailer is on the short side, it comes brimming with promise. You play a steward, a character who stumbles upon an underground facility where he discovers a device that's capable of time travel. As the developers themselves have put it, gameplay-wise, if Limbo had married Portal, then Albatross would have been their baby. Seeking $25,000, Albatross is set to deliver a cinematic 2.5D side-scroller with platforming and puzzle elements, with perhaps a nod to some of the time travel gameplay featured in the hugely underappreciated Titanfall 2. Thus far, Albatross looks simply stunning, with very much a AAA aesthetic. The same holds for the score, being created by folks with Hollywood and Emmy nominations under their belts. Expected to ship in July 2019 for the PC, with console and mobile ports coming at some point in the future. We're hugely excited by this one and look forward to seeing more of it as the development progresses. At number 2, we have Rogue Heroes: Ruins of Tassos, a co-op action RPG for up to 4 players. Followers of Get Indie Gaming will no doubt already be aware how much of a fan we are of these type of games, and we're more than happy to get behind this classical 16-bit inspired offering. With inspiration from Zelda's Link to the Past and simulation aspects from the likes of Harvest Moon and a few others, here players will face a classic-looking, colourful top-down sword slasher with wonderfully rendered sprites as they make their way through randomly generated rooms and dungeons full of traps and puzzles. We're keen to see how the co-op aspect turns out, particularly the notion whereby the game adapts the areas depending upon the number of players by adding, for example, more pressure plates or parts that require inter-player cooperation. Players will also be able to pull together a community, starting from a dirt road in the woods up to a bustling village with NPCs who will offer quests, set up shops, and provide other activities such as fishing or farming. With several classes to play, including a witch, thief, a knight, and a ranger, each come with their own special skill and upgrade trees. The team behind Rogue Heroes are initially bringing this one to the PC as early as August of this year. With most of the game complete, the target of $20,000 is to help the team hire a composer to create an original soundtrack and to assist in porting this one to as many places as possible. Finishing June 11th and having, as we post this video, already brought in over a quarter of the target, there's more than enough time for Rogue Heroes to meet and better what it's asking for. Leading the field on Kickstarter for May, we have Forest of Liars, a game about making your way through vibrant digital paintings, with its team looking to raise just over $105,000. Forest of Liars is set up to be an adventure experience featuring deck building combat. Your goal is to travel to the centre of a mysterious wood where you'll encounter fellow travellers along the way, some of whom might become your companions. You will, however, need to be careful upon with whom you trust. Some characters will be well-meaning, others will do all they can to deceive and cause you harm. It'll be up to you to discover their true motivations. Scheduled to arrive onto the Mac and PC in late 2019 or early 2020, with possible ports coming to other consoles. While stunningly beautiful, sadly with less than a week to go before the campaign ends, it feels unlikely Forest of Liars won't reach its goals in this particular round of funding. Here's hoping it grabs the attention of the relevant people who can still make this one happen. And with the Forest of Liars taking our top slot for May, it's time to head off into the sunset and begin working away on some more indie game related content. As with all things in Kickstarter, if you do back a game featured in this video, please be aware of the usual caveats as covered in each of the risks and challenges section on their campaign pages. Coming up in a few days' time, we've a review of Yoku's Island Express, the game being featured on screen here now. We've been itching to play this pinballing Metroidvania for months, and can't wait to showcase it here once the embargo lifts. Many thanks for watching, and while you're around, if you haven't done so, please be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all things indie gaming. Hope to see you here back soon for more videos.